Fire in the heart of Riyadh. Not on the battlefield, though, not near a military base, but at the doorsteps of American diplomacy. Welcome to TimesXP, it's me, retaliatory. Well, it was an ordinary evening in Riyadh. Traffic was moving, city lights were glowing, offices were closing for the day, and then a loud explosion shattered the calm. Moments later, another blast. It followed, and within minutes, smoke began rising from one of the most heavily guarded compounds in Saudi Arabia, the US Embassy. That's right, according to the reports, two suspected Iranian drones struck the diplomatic complex. Fast, small, and precise. They tore through the night sky before slamming into the facility. Flames erupted inside the compound, sirens wailed across the district. Security teams rushed in as thick black smoke climbed above the skyline of the Saudi capital. This was not just any building, by the way. An embassy represents sovereign territory, right? An attack on it is not just physical damage. It is a powerful political signal, and that signal was loud. Well, within minutes of strike, emergency alerts were issued. US mission ordered Americans in Saudi Arabia to shelter in place. Citizens were told to stay indoors, avoid any military areas, and restrict all non-essential movement. While the travel guidance was tightened, security advisories expanded. And then came the stronger warning. The US State Department urged Americans in the region to depart now, citing serious safety risk. It was not any routine advisory though, it was a call to leave immediately. The security warning did not stop at Saudi Arabia, by the way. It extended across multiple Middle Eastern countries. Embassies reviewed evacuation plan. Diplomatic operations were scaled down. Families of personnel began preparing for possible departures. The concern was clear. This could escalate. In fact, the timing of the strike is very important here. It follows the recent joint US-Israeli airstrike targeting the Iranian-linked assets. Well, Tehran had promised retaliation, and now that retaliation appears to have reached Riyadh, a key American ally and strategic hub in the region. Here, Saudi Arabia has been pushed into a very sensitive position. As a close partner of Washington and regional heavyweight, any instability on its own soil carries global implication. Security forces flooded major roads. Checkpoints increased, air defense systems were placed on high alert. Behind the scenes, urgent diplomatic calls were reportedly underway between Washington, Riyadh, and other regional capitals. Well, in the meantime, in Iraq, protests intensified. Demonstrators renewed calls for the US military withdrawal from the region. Political tensions are rising alongside military ones, adding yet another layer of uncertainty here, though there is no injuries that has been reported yet. But in geopolitics, symbolism often carries as much as weight as casualties. A burning diplomatic mission in a major Arab capital sends a message far beyond physical damage. The Middle East now stands at a fragile moment. A single drone strike has triggered emergency advisories, travel warning, and regional security alerts. Well, the risk of miscalculation is real, and the margin for error is shrinking.